The Lakers just pulled off one of the smartest offseason heists in recent NBA history. 3 valuable rotation players, Deandre Ayton, Jake LaRavia, and Marcus Smart, signed without the team blowing up their cap space. Somehow, Pelinka turned a limited budget into a defensive goldmine, using nothing more than a mid-level exception, a leftover contract, and one perfectly timed buyout. But here's the question that's got analysts split. Was this a masterclass in cap strategy or a gamble that could backfire if even one of these players doesn't deliver? Because while the Lakers might look deeper and more dangerous on paper, there are red flags hiding under the surface: attitude issues, injury concerns, overpaying for potential, and yet it might all be part of something bigger, a plan years in the making. And what Pelinka is really building might shock everyone. What Pelinka just did with the Lakers' cap space shouldn't be possible, but he did it anyway. Deandre Ayton signed a 2-year deal worth just $16.2 million total. That's $8.1 million per year for a starting caliber center. In today's market, that's a discount-level deal. Ayton's contract was low enough to qualify under the Lakers' non-taxpayer mid-level exception, which normally only covers fringe role players. But Pelinka didn't stop there. Right after clearing salary from Dorian Finney-Smith's exit, he moved fast to sign Jake LaRavia. His deal? A $12 million fully guaranteed contract with a $6 million base, also fitting snugly under the same MLE cap space freed by DFS. So instead of chasing one expensive player, the Lakers landed 2 defensive contributors using the same pool of money. It was clean, it was legal, and it was ruthless. Front office analysts are calling it a textbook case of cap gymnastics, where every dollar was stretched to its maximum potential. They didn't even touch their hard cap ceiling in the process. But it gets crazier from here. Just when fans thought the Lakers were done, Pelinka made another quiet, brutal move. He signed Marcus Smart. And he didn't even need to trade for him. After Smart was bought out by the Washington Wizards, the Lakers swooped in and signed him to a 2-year, $11 million deal. That's $5.5 million per year, with a player option for 2026-2027. They used their biannual exception, the last financial tool left in their arsenal. Think about that. A former Defensive Player of the Year signed for the price of a backup shooter. But it came at a small cost. To make room, the Lakers waived Shake Milton and Jordan Goodwin, clearing just enough space to finalize the deal without triggering the hard cap. It was all timed perfectly. Smart cleared waivers, and the Lakers had the contract ready. And here is what makes it even more impressive. This was the same front office that many fans criticized last year for overpaying role players. Now, they just added a championship-caliber defender, a locker room leader, and a proven veteran without losing a single asset. But Smart's addition wasn't just about talent. It was about identity. Pelinka wasn't building a flashy team. He was building a gritty defensive core, and Marcus Smart was the final piece of that puzzle. But it wasn't just about who they got, it was how little they spent to get them. In just one offseason, the Lakers completely rebuilt their defense without spending superstar money. They now have Deandre Ayton as their starting center, a 7-footer with mobility, rim protection, and post presence. Sure, he's not perfect, but for under $8 million a year, he's a massive upgrade at the 5. Backing him up is Jake LaRavia, a 6'7" wing with defensive versatility and enough shooting to stretch the floor. He's not a household name, but he's young, physical, and fits perfectly in a switch-heavy scheme. Then there's Marcus Smart, the soul of any defense he's on. He doesn't need the ball, he talks, he barks, he sets the tone. When healthy, he's the kind of player who changes the entire energy of a game. Together, they form a defensive trio that gives the Lakers something they've been missing for years: depth, toughness, and versatility. Even better? The total cost for all 3 players, just $28 million combined over 2 years. In a league where teams throw that kind of money at one streaky shooter, the Lakers walked away with a starting center, a backup wing, and a former DPOY. Pelinka didn't go star hunting, he went depth building. And somehow he added playoff-ready defenders without overpaying or compromising future flexibility. But here sits the real reason this matters. So why did the Lakers go bargain hunting this offseason? Why not chase big names, spend deep into the tax, or make one last splash before LeBron retires? Because Pelinka is playing the long game, and it all points to 2027. That's the year the Lakers are targeting max cap space, and not just to sign any star, but to potentially land a franchise-altering name. Think Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, maybe even both hitting free agency. It's rare, but the stars might actually align, literally. Every move the Lakers made this summer was designed with one goal in mind: keep the core competitive now, but don't lock up money beyond 2027. That's why all three contracts, Ayton, LaRavia, Smart, are short-term low-risk deals. No 4-year overpays, no long-term regrets, just 2-year commitments with maximum flexibility. Pelinka is building a team that can win now, but transform instantly the moment a superstar becomes available. It's a high-stakes strategy. Sacrifice a bit of firepower now to create explosive potential later. But there sits a catch. This plan only works if the players they signed can deliver. And that sip's where the cracks start to show. On paper, it looks like a win. But look a little deeper, and things start to get shaky. Let's start with Deandre Ayton. There's no denying his talent, but his effort, that's a different story. Multiple reports, including from The Athletic, have painted a troubling picture. Ayton has a history of skipping practices, missing team appointments, and showing visible frustration when benched. Coaches have questioned his focus and commitment, especially on the defensive end. Ironically, the exact area the Lakers are counting on him for. He's also been labeled as slow to adjust, often arriving late to training and showing signs of disengagement when things don't go his way. That's the kind of attitude that kills locker room chemistry, especially in a team built around veteran leadership. And it wasn't just in Phoenix, even in Portland, whispers of the same issues followed him. That's why the Blazers were quick to let him go despite his size and skill. Now the Lakers are gambling that a winning environment and strong personalities like LeBron and Smart can snap him into focus. But that sip's not the only question mark.